Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, Pin here, and today we're going to take a look at a ship that I have grown very fond of recently, and that is the Aegis Sabre. It is my go-to fighter at the moment. It is very stealthy, very sleek, very cool looking, and extremely venomous. I've had a lot of success with this ship, and it really did come into its own when Jumptown was a thing, and I managed to pinfiltrate at least 2 kilometers away from Jumptown when another organization had the site locked down. They had all their ships up on patrol, and I managed to get in really close, disembark, and then ask them some questions via sniper rifle, which was, fun and very kind of me, I think you'll agree. So this ship, although built to be stealth on the ground up, and you can sort of get that feeling by the shapes and the low cross section of this ship, is also a very good and effective dogfighter in my opinion. I have had no issue with that whatsoever. As you can see, I went for 4 size 3 Mantis weapon systems, purely because I didn't want the Panthers, because I wanted to reduce the heat signature. This is my super stealthy build, and as we know, the Gatling guns produced a just crazy amount of DPS, and yeah, I've sort of used it as a hit and run ship as well, being able to get in close, killing bounty player targets, so not always NPCs. I've managed to creep up on those pesky bounties that just hide at Grim Hex, sneak up pretty close, and then unleash a hailstorm of bullets. Before they know what's gone wrong, they're already dead, so that's nice. I can also see some future uses for this ship, escorting things like 3 or 4 Eclipses with a couple of Sabres, sitting somewhere laborious, a traffic lane, trying to catch pirates or bounties, high traffic routes that we could just sort of spring a trap, and then, the rest is history from that point. So I can see that coming into its own as a nice little stealth strategy, escorting other stealth bombers. Now, doesn't that sound cool? Yes, it does. So there's a selling point for me as well. So the ship does look very incredible. I don't think we can deny that. It is a very sleek looking machine, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So underneath the ship, just below the Aegis logo, you'll see a small bay there. That is in fact an internal missile bay, and I can't help but feel that the exterior of this ship is very sort of reminiscent of a F-22 Raptor, especially towards the rear. It does share the same sort of stealth qualities, even with the tool stabilizers, fin stabilizers at the back. It does look Raptor-ish in some regards in my eyes. Now, I chose not to change my weapons to size 2 gimbaled because I kind of like the hit and run aspect that this ship can deliver with the stealth technology on board. We can get in real close and just unleash hell and then get the hell out. And if things start getting bad and we start taking quite a lot of punishment, we always have that option to run away, and because we're a stealth ship, we will quickly drop off the enemy scope. So these are advantages to this ship that I find have proven themselves to me, and I do like that aspect of being able to come in, hit and run and disappear, or even if I start losing, I can still run away bravely, as we do a lot on this channel, and make it out in one piece and at least allow the shields to recharge. That is another aspect of this ship that I particularly enjoy in regards to stealth fighting. Engineers drew inspiration from both the past and the future when designing the Sabre. The Sabre is genuinely a next generation fighter that embodies the new Aegis, incorporating battle-tested power distribution technologies into its sturdy ship hull construction while producing cutting-edge flight system technology. So let's now talk about some of the history. Next generation fighter. In 2945, Aegis Dynamics has designed the Sabre in response to United Empire of Earth Navy's request for the proposal for a next generation fighter capable of outmatching the Vandal Stinger class heavy fighter in speed and turning. While the UEE Navy has not yet accepted the Sabre bid, Aegis has opted to make a run of production prototypes available to licensed operators, hence why it's in our hands at this moment in time. and what a welcome addition it is. Now, as you can see, when landing, it will retract the wings to extend the landing gear, and it will be the same for takeoff, which is a nice, cool animation, and it does make the ship very sleek. And I would think, I haven't tested this, but if we were trying to sneak or pinfiltrate somewhere, I wonder if we extended the gear, would that reduce our cross signature? I don't know, haven't tested it. But I think that would be cool. I do kind of like the look of these wings sweeping back, because everybody likes the F-14, right? Top Gun. I mean, come on, that is just awesome. Why can't we have this in flight? If we reach a certain speed, let's have those wings retract, man, because it's cool. But you know, there's really not too much to complain about with this vessel, because as I've said, it is extremely good looking, very cool, very stealthy, and currently my favourite fighter to fly around the verse in as it stands. Being built by Aegis as well, we know that they do enjoy building military ships. I mean, their last endeavour, the Redeemer that we got, was you know, pretty impressive. I think we can agree. So they know what they're doing when it comes to building military vessels. I would like to see a bit more love shown towards stealth. Some improvements made here and there. I think sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but when it does work, it's amazing. When you get caught out way too early, not so much, but these are the things that are going to get tweaked and balanced in the future. We know that. But I'm interested to know, what do you guys think of the Sabre? Do you have any particular strategies for this ship? Are you going to use it with an Eclipse? Do you do it already? Are there any other scenarios that you can think of? Because I like to, you know me, I theory craft all the time. I just can't help myself. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Right, now let's talk about components. Components, weapons, and all of the internals that are going to make this ship even better, in my opinion, than it already is, and it is pretty good out of the box. So let's now discuss some of those components. Okay guys, here we are in Elroy's, grabbing a space coffee with some random people having a little chit chat, and we're going to take a look at the components that I have found to be effective. Not necessarily cost effective, but I went all stealth for a stealth ship, right? So I have 2 snowbines in here, size 1, grade 1, class A, class stealth, sorry. We get 2 of those, 2 coolers for the ship, and then for the 2 power plants, I equipped sonic lights. These are size 1, grade C, stealth. I've had no issue with these. This thing is still a pocket rocket as far as I'm concerned. Then for the QT drive, I chose the Spectre, which is a size 1 grade A class stealth. This all helps reduce the various signatures on board, helping me be a bit more ninja-y. We get 2 shield generators. I have the Mirage, they are grade A class stealth, and we get 2 of those shield generators, so that's very useful. I've had no issue with these shields, and you know, they do the job. And as I've said, I've built this ship to already extend its stealth capabilities, just to help it out a little bit, right? Also, we've got, for the missiles, we've got Arresters and Thunderbolts, and we can swap out those missile racks, so we can take 8 size 2s if you so choose. And for the fixed wings, as previously mentioned, I went with the Mantis because I like the sort of hit and run, wall of lead gameplay element after springing my trap on unsuspected bounties, etc. That really is quite fun. So we have the Arrestor missiles here, size 3, and they target cross sections of ships, size 3 being quite devastating. And of course we get Thunderbolt 3, size 3, electromagnetic, and they deal quite a substantial amount of damage as well. So that is sort of the build I've made for the ship, and I'm kind of happy with it. If you want a coffee, let me know, it's on me. Okay, so we know the firepower is great. The handling in space is superb. It has a top speed of around 1,230 meters per second. Combat speed of 205 meters per second. In space, it handles very well for a medium fighter. In atmosphere, I've had absolutely zero issue with the handling in atmosphere, and the engines just power through pretty much everything. Here on screen, I just had a random Aurora decided to give me grief, so he got melted. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this ship. And now what I'm going to show you is the heat signatures that we can manipulate with all the stealth components. Now, stealth pilot, I've already hit the stealth button. But what I've done to get super close to people without being detected is you can turn the shields off temporarily, okay? And because we're using Gatlings, we don't need any power towards the weapons, but we can significantly reduce our EM signature and IR signature. And it's a nice little trick that I use to pinfiltrate Jumptown. With quite a lot of success. So what we're going to do now, guys, is of course we will wrap things up with our little walk around so we can get a sense of scale and have a look in the cockpit. Now, as it's strictly a fighter, obviously there's no internal areas for us to explore, so this won't take too long at all. But the thing about this ship, it costs 2 million Alpha UEC, isn't particularly expensive, I don't think, compared to some other fighters. I think that's fairly reasonable for the firepower we get, the sleek design, and the fact that it's a stealth ship. It looks mean. You know, we have all 4 weapons pointing forwards. It has a nice cockpit and this sort of dark red vibe going on around the nose. We have a light. We have some small LED strips where the ladder pops out, where you can get in. Is a tricycle landing gear, which we know is connected to the wing sweep of this spacecraft, so that's pretty cool. But overall, very low profile, very sleek, really quick. It stops just as fast as it accelerates. This thing is, in all honesty, it is one of my favourite fighters in the game, and I think if you haven't tried it, maybe give it a whirl, because I've been having a ton of fun with it. I really have. It just is, especially for bounty hunting, I really do have a good time. Now, as we come around to the rear of the ship, this is, for me, F-22 Raptor all over, right? And if the rear of this ship had thrust vectoring technology, I think I would die inside through pure giddiness. Imagine thrust vectoring technology from the rear exhaust nozzles and F-14 swept wing Tomcat while flying at ridiculous speeds. I mean, it would just be incredible. So it is, as I've said numerous times now, a very good looking, mean ninja ship that means business. Right, let's now hop into the cockpit then, so we can have a look at just how pretty it is in here, because it is pretty pretty. Right, we have 4 immediate MFDs and we have a HOTAS system, hands-on throttle and stick. I actually like the red sort of accents in here. It's nice. It feels fighter-ish. We have various buttons at our disposal, like you would expect from any other ship. I can't wait for these cockpits all to get updated, because apparently, and hopefully, all of these buttons will in fact have a function. So for you DCS players out there, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, very compact, very clean, easy to read, everything's easy to reach, and our view is not bad at all. A few struts here and there, but you know what? It's not that bad, and you can live with it with ease. So there we go, guys. That was my video on the Aegis Sabre. It's a ship that I really enjoy. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll have more Star Citizen content en route to your location very soon. Cheers!